Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I knew that my husband was the one, how I knew that I wanted to get married to him. Now, another reason why I'm sharing this is because you know how we just usually talk about, oh, red flags to avoid. If this guy does this, he's a red banner, he's a red flag. I'm even wearing red. But I just wanted us to look at the positives today. Not to say that my story or my journey should be like your template on how you should make the decision about your life partner, but just to give a little insight on some of the things that you can look out for in deciding who you want to spend the rest of your life with. So without further ado, let's head right into the video. So the first reason why I decided to marry my husband was because he pursued me. Prior to meeting him, I had not really met anybody who wasn't just intentional, but who knew exactly what they wanted and why they wanted to be with me. Prior to then, maybe other guys that would come around, they were not really sure about what they wanted. Maybe they just wanted to casually date, or they wanted something else. When I say something else, I'm sure you get what I'm talking about. Or they just wanted to have a girlfriend for the sake of having a girlfriend, or they just wanted some form of emotional support, as if I'm some emotional support animal, because they probably felt that these are some of the benefits of having a girlfriend. But for my husband, right from the beginning, he told me, look, I don't want to be with you just because I want you to be my girlfriend. So I'm not looking for a girlfriend, I'm looking for a wife. I want to marry you. He wanted to know my heart. When I say pursue, not even just making the intention of marriage known, like he wanted to get to know me as a person. He wanted to know me for me, not for what I could give him sexually or otherwise. And he was so confident. Sometimes it almost feels like I didn't lift a pin. With other people, I was used to being the one to maybe struggle to be seen as good enough to maybe date or good enough to marry. But with my husband, it was like I was just there like a princess. And he just came at me with full force, like, "It's you I want, I've chosen you." And that really made a very good impression on me. Another reason I decided to marry my husband, or how I knew that he was the one for me, was that we were friends. Before I even began falling in love with him, I noticed that this person could actually keep me engaged. He could actually keep my attention. We could just keep talking and talking about different things. And so the thoughts that came to my mind was, now, from my little knowledge, from my little understanding, it's not feelings alone that will keep a relationship. So I was looking for something else that I'll be able to hold on to for the duration of our marriage. And I felt like I have found that in the friendship that we shared. I wasn't bored of them. I could be myself with this person. No pretense. They had seen me at my worst, seen me at my best, still chose me. I could be vulnerable with him. Same thing, he with me as well. He could be vulnerable with me, and we were still choosing each other. You know how when you're getting to know somebody, you feel like you cannot exhaust knowing this person. I couldn't see a limit. It felt like endless possibilities. And then it was from there that, as he continued to toast me, feelings started developing, and I eventually gave myself the freedom to fall in love with him and actually begin a committed relationship with the purpose of marriage. Another way I knew that my husband was the one for me was that he was consistent in character. One of the reasons why I even refused to get into a relationship with him at the beginning, when he told me his intentions, was that I had that fear that the moment I said yes to being like his girlfriend, he would switch up on me, because this was something that I had experienced and I had seen around. Let's say at the start of the relationship, there's that excitement, there's that passion. When I say passion, I don't mean like sexually, I just mean that fervor with which the relationship is approached. But then the moment you guys start dating, it's like things start dwindling. All the nice things they used to do for you, they are no longer doing it. I just had that fear. I had what if I say yes to this person now and they will treat me this way? I even told him about it one time. Maybe I would use style to bring it up, like, you now that when I say yes to you, before you know, you switch up on me. He asked me, said, "No ma, you have known me for how many years? Like, what's one thing you can say about me?" And after weighing my options, I was like, you know what? After all, this is not marriage. It's not just to be boyfriend and girlfriend. Let me give it a go and let's see how it goes. And funny enough, in fact, he had been holding back before because I wasn't yet his. The moment I just agreed that, okay, we are now officially a couple, it was like the floodgates opened up, and all the love, all the affection, all the attention that he had been holding back on, he showered it on me. He poured it on me. He was consistently kind. He was consistently generous. He was consistently patient. He was consistently interested in getting to know me. Even the principles upon which he came after me, he used to tell me so much about how God had been teaching him about love and what it meant to actually love a person. So just seeing all of that, okay, this person is not just loving me by their own strength. They're not loving me by their own power, but they are loving me with God as their source. It really strengthened me to know that even when we face challenges, and we actually did face a time, like we actually did come to a point in our relationship whereby things were a bit rocky, and he just proved what I suspected at the beginning, that okay, even when we reach a time in our relationship whereby maybe our feelings may be dwindling or something, this person knew the principles, this person knew what it took to make a relationship work. I would ask him questions like, okay, so what happens if you fall out of love with me, or what happens when you start losing feelings for me, like what are you going to do? And his answers reassured me. And then that moment that I spoke about, when that happened and I could see the effort he put into, because he had already made a choice about me, I could see how he practiced those principles, and then love was just rekindled amongst both of us. Another reason how I knew my husband was the one for me, or how I knew I wanted to marry him, was that our vision, our values for like life, for marriage, they align. From our conversations, I could see that we believed similar things about scripture, even though at the time we were of different denominations. He was Anglican, I was what you call Pentecostal, but I could see that we had a similar outlook on our faith, how we wanted our marriage to be. It wasn't a case of him saying, oh, this is how I believe a woman should be at home, and me, I was saying this is how I believe a man should be at home. We were agreeing. When we would talk about, okay, what are some roles that you think husband and wife should play in the home, we had similar outlook or similar values on that. Who should do what, who will do what. We're just on agreement. Basically, the things that were important to me were important to him, and vice versa. And I was like, yes, after all, scripture says, can two work together except they agree? And we definitely agreed. And the last reason how I knew that, okay, I wanted to spend the rest of my life with this person, was that I did not feel any fear. Like, marriage generally scared me, which is funny because I'm like, despite the fact that I was scared, like, oh my God, because marriage felt like this destination. It felt like a place that you enter into. Is eventually I got to realize that it's two people that make marriage. But it's not as if marriage is one place or one destination that you go to and then bad things start happening. Like, it's the two people involved that determine whether positive or negative things will come out of that marriage. So, but I realized that I wasn't scared about him as a person. It was more like the unknown of marriage that scared me. But about him, I wasn't scared about him as a person. I had that peace, that calmness in my mind when it came to him. I hadn't yet received any opposition from God, like, no, don't marry this person is bad news, and things like that. I felt actually calm about him. So I was like, okay, I think I can marry this person. I can be with this person. So these were some of the reasons why I decided to get married to my husband, or how I knew that, okay, this was somebody that I could spend the rest of my life with. So if you're currently in a committed relationship, or you're married, what are some things that your partner did that let you know that they were the one for you, or you wanted to spend the rest of your life with them? Let us know in the comment section. If you enjoyed watching, be sure to like the video, and if you enjoy content like this, be sure to subscribe, okay, so that you can get notifications of my future posts. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.